Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Dosanjh University, SDU. Like I said, I have a perfect outfit for this. And I was thinking which video I should start with, which video will be perfect for episode number 1. And it took me approximately 2 minutes to come up with the answer, because first of all, chronologically speaking, when do we realize we have a problem? Regardless if we know the name for our problem, such as binge eating disorder, or we don't know the name, but we realize there is something wrong and we need to change things. This is when we basically had our binge and we have this sense that, oh no, I have to change something. I don't know what to do, but this cannot be like this. And also, I think this video or this episode or whatever you want to call it could also work as a standalone one-time off video, because I think here we can discuss about the only model for life that we need to be happy in our lives, to feel peace of mind and not to have any, to deal with and to be able to deal with any problem we might come across, not just binge eating disorder. And it is very much in line with the video I recorded a few days ago with the title "How to Fix Binge Eating Disorder Immediately." So Sarah is suggesting 5 steps that you need to do, or you could do. She's like offering 5 things you could do after the binge. And what I like about that is that she acknowledges that advice number one and advice number 5 are the most important, and number 2, number 3, number 4 are somewhat helpful, but you can play with them. You can choose as little or as much from them to help yourself, and they are like fillings within the sandwich. So you need number 1 and number 5, and which fillings you use is up to you. And I like that a lot because I like simplifying models. You know, I'm very happy to discuss number 2, number 3, number 4, number 77, and this is pretty much what I want to do in this series of videos, to discuss anything that come up within the conversation about binge eating disorder, any issue, any caveat, any nuance. And I want to discuss approach, but I want to have some basic model that I can refer all those nuances to. So I like simplifying even those basic model, like from 5 steps to actually just 1 or 2, because I think the advice number 5 is basically including number 2, number 3, number 4, and arguably even number 1. And let me very briefly talk about those 5 tips, 5 advices. Number 1 is accept, and to me, not just accepting reality, but habitual accepting reality. This is like my main job. I told myself that this is my main job in life, and since then my life has improved significantly. It feels like, what do you mean? Like it may be difficult to comprehend at the beginning, but when I started practicing this, I like, you know, my life changed significantly, and the level of peace of mind has been on a level that before I didn't even know it's possible.
I'm suggesting that for this, acceptance is just a cognitive exercise. You might feel resistance in how you feel, but if you can mentally acknowledge there is nothing I can do about this now. So to keep pushing and like arguing against what's already happened is just going to take energy away from me, and I could be using that energy to actually do something different and respond differently.
And when I hear that, and I absolutely love that, and when I hear that, I remember one of the videos, one of the lectures I have listened to many times, and I know it only almost by heart, for heart. Sorry, English is difficult. But I'm like John Kabat-Zinn and his lecture, "The Healing Power of Mindfulness," when he speaks about radical shift of perspective and accepting reality and responding to it.
Can you feel how radical a shift that would be in your life? To just take one moment and allow everything to be as it is instead of wishing it was one way or another?
This is absolutely fantastic, and I recommend this lecture to you. I will link this lecture below. And yeah, like this is absolutely fantastic to like the acceptance, the value of acceptance in my life and within this binge eating disorder. But like I said, I like in any problem is absolutely massive. And I will agree briefly with number 2, number 3. I will discuss with number 4. So number 2 in Sarah's video is to reconnect with your body and, for example, go for a walk. And again, like in terms of going for a walk, I absolutely love the idea. I love this activity. And actually, I can see a great correlation between a number of steps I walked over the last 5 years and the level of my life satisfaction, peace of mind. And like everything is more stable in my life emotionally in terms of binge eating disorder. Yes, I absolutely agree.
Go for a walk.
And number 3 was uplifting materials. And yeah, this is also something that is very valuable in my life instruction, if I could call it this way. And basically, even over the last 2-3 weeks, binge watching videos from the binge eating therapist channel is definitely something like an uplifting material. It's something where I feel connected, and uplifting materials, I love this advice, and it improved a lot. Like again, especially when I use it as a habit, as a way of preventing myself from problems in my life, rather than waiting for problems and then uplift myself, because sometimes it is too late to do that. For me, number 4, gratitude, is a little bit problematic, not because I don't feel grateful right now, or that I don't feel or don't think that feeling grateful is good for you. Of course, I agree. I absolutely agree. But I remember periods of time in my life when the act of gratitude, like feeling grateful, was too much work, or some work that I wasn't ready to sign for. Like in some smaller scale, but to some extent, and it does resonate with me, advising somebody to feel grateful, like write 3 things you're grateful for, is a little bit like, or sometimes it is like, talking to a depressed person and telling them to go to the gym and exercise, or go for a walk, or do whatever. Like, yeah, sometimes it wouldn't work for me. Like I would feel even more isolated listening to advice from somebody I know like this. Obviously, if it's like on the internet, then there is a different feel to this. But yeah, and I'm now number 5, which is the most important thing, I believe. And this is what I said, that we can simplify the whole model to number 5, because number 5 is setting the intention, or like basically making an intention after the binge, or after whatever other. Like for me, even if everything goes perfectly, I still want to come to my office or come to whatever, or basically call myself and close my eyes and talk to myself for a moment, contemplate, and set the intention, like what I want to do, like which direction I want to take in my life. And I think all those potentially useful guidelines, like going for a walk, like feeling grateful, like uplifting materials, are actually included in number 5. These are like good guidelines, but they can be, you know, it's already in intention. So it's number 5. And arguably, 3 times arguably, even number 1, which is the radical act of acceptance, is also the intention.
And also, the second thing that intention needs to be is realistic.
Realistic intention, that it has to be realistic. If you don't believe in something, don't promise this to yourself. Don't intend to do something you don't believe in, because then you are setting up yourself for a failure. I'm using the same words as she's. Like I've listened to her too much, maybe by now. But yeah, and I wanted to say that this is very much in line with the video I made a few days ago, how to fix binge eating disorder immediately. And let me clarify what I mean within the intention, because when I think about having a binge eating problem, this sounds more like a verdict to me, more like a, oh yeah, I have a binge eating disorder, and it's easier for me to be caught up in it, to be stuck in binge eating disorder as a disease. But when I rephrase, when I choose a better language, and this is very much what I get, what I can see in the video produced by Sarah, that it's already, instead of thinking about binge eating disorder, I'm thinking about what intentions can I create for my future self, whether be it next 1 hour, next day, or next 2 days. Usually 1 day is something that is most resonating with me, like set an intention for the whole day. And so if I have intention that I really believe in, then I don't have a binge eating problem. At that period of time, I have a problem, or like, yeah, we can call it a problem or a situation. I have a task, I have a duty to do whatever is in my control to put my intentions into action and execute as much as I can. Whether you call it intention or your plan, it's a different kind of a problem for me. So this is why I think this basic model of, having an intention where acceptance is number 1 intention for me, but it's still an intention, but it's like the most important one, to accept reality as it is. So for me, my main job in my life, like this is how I look at things at the moment, is basically in the morning start my day more or less with accepting reality as it is. As you can call it a meditation, contemplation, you can call it, radical act of acceptance, whatever. And then, okay, once I accepted everything as it is, using any kind of beliefs that I hold, and they are being updated every day. And once I've accepted reality as it is, I get this peace of mind where setting my intention feels much more effortlessly, but at the same time, I'm still using my ambitions, my drive, my determination, but at the same time, my kindness, empathy towards other people, towards everything around me. And yeah, and using this model, life has been great since. Even if it's not great, I can deal with that maybe not very easily, but very simply. I have very good tools for any problem in my life. And so I wanted to start with this video from Sarah, because I believe this is very basic model. And from now on, if we make 0 videos, or if we make sorry, if I make another video, or if I make 100 videos, or if I make 0 videos, this is the most important one. This is the most important one, because this already suggests a basic model. I only have to add consistency. Like acceptance and consistency are my main 2 intentions. And the rest of that is like, let's enjoy the journey. Let's enjoy the journey. And there is no problem with binge eating disorder anymore. There is only a problem with putting my intention into action and observing what's happening, being very curious, just being curious. I will get to that at some point, to just being curious. But for the moment, thank you very much for listening. I was representing SDU, and I wish you all the best, and I wish you set up great intentions for you, and you stay curious in observing them. Yeah, all the best to you. Bye-bye.